Sarah Aziz, 3 Lancelot Drive. I would like to thank Mr. Polori for shedding some light on the selection process for the interim superintendent at the meeting last month. I'm disappointed that the board chose to appoint an interim superintendent that lacked the recommendation of the county superintendent, Kyle Anderson. The county superintendent has a supervisory and regulatory role over the Board of Education. It is his responsibility to review the contracts of administrators and to make sure their compensation is reasonable given their credentials and experience. According to emails I obtained through the Oprah process, Mr. Anderson refused to recommend Ms. Chanley for this role and appeared to express concerns about the fact that she lacked a standard school administrator certificate. She's working on a provisional one, I understand that. She also lacks central office experience. The district responded that one person in their central office had the certificate but did not apply for this position. Mr. Anderson pointed out that he was aware that the district received several resumes from external candidates, but they were not interviewed in spite of the fact that Dr. Alvik had given more than the required 90 days notice. This is why this choice has the appearance of cronyism. There is absolutely no justification for the board's failure to interview external candidates for this important role. Furthermore, Ms. Chanley was misrepresented as Dr. Chari Chanley in 5 yearbooks. And what does it say about her leadership if it takes her 5 years to correct such a simple error? When the board promotes someone like this, it sends a message to our students and faculty that you can mislead the public about your credentials for years and still become the most powerful person in our school district. Ms. Chanley is getting paid more than Dory Alvik, who had a doctorate and many years of central office experience before she became superintendent. Ms. Chanley's contract includes a base salary of $195,000, which is part of a total compensation and benefit package valued at $254,000. The contract requires taxpayers to foot the bill for the training. She would need to get a permanent school administrator certificate and the doctorate she never had. It is no wonder the county superintendent refused to recommend her contract, and in an email dated on October 29th, Mr. Anderson recommended that the board hire another interim superintendent at its November 1st special board meeting. And instead of accepting his recommendation, the board canceled the meeting, which meant that Ms. Chanley was working without a signed interim superintendent contract for 9 days until it was finally approved by the state on November 10th. The students and taxpayers deserve better than this process. We deserve to have a highly qualified superintendent who can earn the recommendation of the county superintendent.
Okay, Mr. Gagliardi, please.
If you measure the quality of a board meeting by how often the board attorney speaks, I wouldn't be insulted. One thing that I wanted to address, there was never a time that Ms. Chanley was working without a contract. We followed the law, and she did not assume the office or its responsibilities until we got the letter from Trenton. As far as the communications, which you described, as I said, that aspect of it was highly unusual. That is the level of scrutiny of the county office involving that typo in the yearbook. We did present documentation that Ms. Chanley never held herself out as having a doctorate in terms of business cards, letterhead, et cetera, et cetera. The individual responsible for the yearbook submitted a certification that she made the error, was told to correct it, failed to correct it. I'm reminded of a joke when Lou Holtz was the coach at Notre Dame, saying that there are days when he thought if they found him walking across St. Mary's Lake, that headline the next day would be, Lou Holtz can't swim. So I'm imagining a scenario where if the Ms. Chanley was, proofreading the yearbook instead of serving as the educational leader of the school, there would have been discussion about why is this woman proofreading the yearbook? Shouldn't she be doing other things? So under the circumstances, at the end of the day, the county superintendent neither recommended that Trenton approve, nor recommended that Trenton disprove the hiring of someone who did not have the permanent certificate, but essentially left it up to Trenton. And the Commissioner of Education approved the hire, and only then did Ms. Chanley assume the responsibility that she holds today. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you.